A lot of folks on this channel cheered when Nebraska joined the ranks of other constitutional carry states. But while the people of Nebraska at large enjoyed their new freedoms, two cities quietly passed ordinances to restrict guns within their borders. And now both cities are facing lawsuits. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. A bit of good news, bad news today, in that the big city is stubbing its nose at constitutional carry in Nebraska, but good news in that the gun owners who just filed suit have a pretty good case. Gun owners in Lincoln and Omaha are challenging their city governments in court in a pair of new lawsuits that were set to be filed on Monday. The Nebraska Gun Owners Association is being represented by the Liberty Justice Center, who say the case should be pretty cut and dry. The state passed constitutional carry, which then rendered all city-level gun laws as null and void. The cities instead say that constitutional carry somehow gives them the power to further regulate guns, and so both cities passed ordinances to restrict concealed carry on city property, including nature trails and sidewalks. Now, before I get into the rest of the details on this video is brought to you by Blackout Coffee Company, your Second Amendment friendly coffee roaster that partners with some of your favorite gun rights groups and channels like mine. And hopefully I am one of your favorites too. Their Christmas sale is on now, and if you spend $50, you will get 20% off your entire order with code XMAS20. They're a great company owned and operated by some great folks, and their holiday flavors are selling out fast. So check them out at blackoutcoffee.com/libertydoll. And again, code XMAS20 for 20% off your order of $50 or more. A legal argument, not a constitutional one, but a legal one, could certainly be made for restricting guns in City Hall, as lots of places do that. But when you turn every sidewalk in the city into a gun-free zone, that becomes a problem. I also suspect that they knew residents would see the problem, as these ordinances never came to a vote. They were passed by executive order. Legislative Bill 77, the permitless carry bill, of course, was not. It received a full vote and went into effect in September. Omaha's ordinance only started last month. Mayor Jean Stothert, who calls herself a Republican, passed her executive order, and the city council later came up with a resolution to support it, though that resolution passed the city council by only one vote. Other resolutions signed at the time included training, safe storage ordinances, and a ban on parts kits. She claimed that these ordinances were supported by law enforcement and would ensure gun safety without infringing on people's rights, even though she is literally infringing on the constitutional carry bill that was passed in April, and not being able to exercise that right on a sidewalk seems pretty infringy. In Lincoln, the story is similar. Lincoln's mayor signed their executive order on September 1st, the day before the state law took effect. That executive order also banned gun possession from all city property, again including libraries, parks, nature trails, and sidewalks. As far as I can tell, that one was not followed by a city council resolution. Curiously, the press release for it also admits, under LB 77, the city of Lincoln is prohibited from regulating the ownership, possession, storage, transportation, sale, or transfer of firearms or other weapons, except as expressly provided by state law. LB 77 also renders null and void any local ordinance, permit, or regulation that violates the new law. They argue that LB 77 allows them to restrict guns wherever they want, so long as the cities post signage, which I guess means everything everywhere will be covered in signs. The city attorneys go so far as to claim that constitutional carry created a new crime of carrying in a posted area. They argue that cities are property owners and thus can put these same restrictions on their property as private owners, which is an interesting argument. The Liberty Justice Center says that these ordinances put citizens between a rock and a hard place, where they have to choose between giving up their rights or violating local laws. State law does already ban carrying guns in government buildings, so City Hall and courthouses are already covered. Cities don't then get to take those sensitive places and expand the definitions to include other public places, and especially the very sidewalks people use to get around town. The lawyers for the gun owners say this case should be pretty cut and dry, but they always say that. I also think that this one is pretty obvious, but I am not a legal scholar. Though sometimes I feel like one compared to some of these politicians. Anyways, this one will definitely be a fun one to follow. The people of Omaha and Lincoln who watch my channel, my heart goes out to you, and I will be keeping up to date with this one and bring you any updates. And of course, while you're here, please like, share, and subscribe. If you are new here, ring the notification bell. Drop a comment down below for the algorithm. I had a video flagged by YouTube recently, so it's like everything is erased and I have to start over as far as algorithmic things. So very important, especially on this video. And as always, thanks for tuning in and happy shooting.